Welcome, Virgo, to your mid-month reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Okay, guys. I am getting the guided meditations up on my second channel. There's also relaxing and meditative music on there as well if you guys are interested. It is found in the description area under this video. Okay, so let's see what's going on. And I'm also, after this video, I am getting up that full moon video. We're going to have that full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd, so don't miss that video. It's, could be very helpful for you. Okay. But getting straight into the mid-month, let's see what's going on, guys. Beautiful Virgos, please. We have a celebration card over here with the Four of Wands. Wow. This card is pretty much telling you get ready for every opportunity to be made, right? Because you're having a milestone. So there's definitely a milestone, whether it's within love, whether it's in career. We'll see where it's going. If it doesn't want to 100% say, then take it how it resonates. You will know through, right? The discernment, you'll know. You'll know where it is. There is still some planning and some progress, that needs to be made. So it does feel like it is definitely a milestone, right? So it's like this is a milestone within my home where I'm going within this happiness of creating what it is I want within this, situation, right? The situation is whichever situation it is for you. Love, money, career, hobby, whatever, friendship. But it does say that, the goals are being attained. So you are definitely feeling that. But it is like I'm still looking out for the overall, right? I'm looking for that overall attainment. So I'm still going after what it is I want, right? You believe in your personal power. You know that things are going your way. You can feel that energy coming up, right? So you're like, yeah. So this card coming out next is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay, give me the next card. Next card is conflict. After some conflict that you've gone through. So it does feel like there was some ups and downs when it came to this situation of trying to get this done. And the Wheel of Fortune goes up and down, up and down. So it almost feels like, I felt like I was attaining this at one time and it might have fallen and then it gets back up, right? So it does feel like whatever was going on there was definitely some ups and downs. Some very unpredictable ups and downs when it came to this that also could have, caused a lot of disagreements. You trying to win at all costs within the situation, some kind of upheaval, whether it was in your own energy or dealing with another person, right? Or just dealing with that situation in itself, right? So there was a lot of ups and downs and a lot of conflict, but it does feel like, but the wheel is now in my favor. Why do we know that? Because we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is saying we are getting to that place. I feel we're making progress. Okay, so this person you could have a very cold, emotional, manipulative person around you, whether it's a boss, family member, whoever it is. Okay, so it does feel like there was a lack of compassion from this person. And I do feel like now you're making progress with this person. Okay, so, there was a lot of inner turmoil going on. A lot of secrets might have been being kept. A lot of sneakiness. Now we're saying secrets and sneakiness. So if you do feel like there was some sneakiness and some worry, there's a lot of hope now because, now you're saying, well, that's it. I'm more hopeful that when I reach out to this person, right, or they're reaching out to you, okay, they could actually be reaching out to you where they were all kind of cold to you, wanted to cold shoulder you. You could feel like now they've released all of that and now they're coming back and wanting to reach out to you. There it is, message. They want to reach out to you. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. But definitely whatever's going on over here, you do feel like you have met a milestone with them because now they want to reach out. They want to talk about the situation. They have made some some swift changes and some swift communication coming towards you. So definitely, wow, this is turning out, yeah, they felt the 10 of Swords. So they felt the painful ending between the two of you, and now they want to reconcile the situation. Yeah, there was a lack of commitment from them. I do feel it could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that you're dealing with. Maybe they even felt your lack of commitment over here. That could be your card. Saying that they felt your lack of commitment because, you know what, they were acting lazy. They were, you know, whatever the conflict was, right? So that's why they felt like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's like they were moody, they were doing this, they were being secretive, all this stuff. But now all of a sudden, as soon as they feel it, oh my gosh, guys, what it is as soon as they felt you really pull away, it's almost like you were trying to get their attention and they kept pulling away, right? So it's almost like you gave up. You said, I'm done. So you walked away, you're like, whatever. But then they couldn't get your attention anymore. It almost feels like the cold shoulder that they were using was more of a tactic of trying to get your attention, get you to want to interact more, but you weren't going to play that game. See, it's a mind game. And once you completely said, that's it, I'm done, you went straight into hermit mode. You were like, nope, then don't talk to me anymore. We're not going to, if we can't settle it, then I'm done. Once you pulled completely away, that's when they want to come running back. So you kind of say you kind of gave them their own medicine. That's really what it is. How the tables turn. But they didn't like it. Not saying you liked it, but they definitely didn't like it. See, because you were unmotivated then. You said, I'm not motivated to do this anymore. Your intuition probably sparked and said, you know what, you're playing mind games with me, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Through their low self-esteem and their insecurities about you completely shutting that door on them, that's why they want to come back so quick. Yeah. They're looking for that passion. They have this passion, but they want to, it's like this, oh my gosh, they have this passion, but it's like scattered energy of anger and frustration because they want your attention. See? You guys could be dealing with a fire sign or somebody with fire heavy in the chart. It's almost like, okay, so as soon as I pull away, they start getting frustrated because they're trying to get your attention, and you're like, no, I'm done. So now they're pushing hard, trying to get that attention. So they want to make a milestone with you. They want to try to fix this commitment. They want to try to fix this. You've completely detached from this toxicity. They want to come back with some kind of direct communication. They've kind of cleared their mind about the situation. I feel like you're very clear about what it is. You might even be setting boundaries to the situation. But you're contemplating a lot. And you're kind of still disconnected from the situation. So, clarify on why the planning is here. Are you just going to make boundaries with this person? Could be a Taurus. You're focused on your own protection right now. You see a lot of betrayal when it comes to this situation and them acting very tricky and being very strategical about situations. Feels like there was a lot of work without reward. I want to know why the Wheel of Fortune is there then, because it almost makes me feel like you have something else coming in after you release them. Why is the Four of Wands? What is the milestone? I understand that you're going to make a milestone with a person. If it's a family member, you're going to, maybe you want to, keep that going. It's all going to depend. Personal transformation and the Magician manifesting the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Swords. There's a lot of head over heart over here. And there's a lot of direct communication with no emotion. And it's coming from you. Or you feel like they're not being honest. This one's kind of tricky because I still think it's you who's not using all... How is their emotions? No, they want to give and take, so it's definitely you. It's you who's going to use head over heart. You're saying, I'm not going to give you my heart right now. So they're coming in wanting that generosity. They want that give and take to the situation. They want to have a real back and forth conversation. They're using all the strength that they possibly can at this time. But how is their emotions? Give me a card showing their emotions. Oh, they're in swords too. So you're definitely the Queen of Swords and they're the King of Swords. Okay. Oh, so you're going to double up. So they're not. So that's probably why you are sending money. You're saying, I don't know. If you're only going to use head over heart, I'm not seeing any real emotions over here. Because you're not going to give all the emotions right away. But you don't see them really being... You see them being truthful about the situation. The King of Swords is right side up. But... when there's no emotion, it's going to be hard. And even though it says they're being truthful and honest about how they feel, you still want to feel like there's some kind of emotion coming from them. I mean, that's great and all that you're truthful and honest, but, you know, I'm thinking this is not a love situation. If it is, boy, you would definitely want that. I think for others of you, I think that this is some kind of just, you know what I mean, like a friendship or a family member or something. I don't see, there's no cups, so, but like I said, if this is a commitment, a love commitment, that's the wrong way to take the attitude because, I mean, there has to be some kind of emotion. Like I said, being truthful and honest is a whole thing, but if there's no emotion there, then how am I supposed to take you 100% honest that you really want to be my love? There has to be some vulnerabilities. That's what I'm looking for, my friends. That's what I'm looking for. The cups shows the vulnerability. When we're vulnerable with each other, it shows love. That means I'm really opening up my heart. This is just opening up my head and telling you, but I was truthful. See, okay, well, that's great. But when you have love and vulnerable, you're like, but I didn't mean to do that. See what I mean? There's a difference in the way we're speaking. Take it how it is. You know who it is. So it brings you to a stalemate because you're not sure about what to do. And I'm telling you, because of I'm telling you, there's no vulnerabilities. You know, and even when we're with our best friends, you know, you want to see some kind of vulnerabilities a little bit. I mean, that's what keeps us people. Stalemate. But, you know, you use a different deck over here for that planning progress and the Wheel of Fortune. I still think that in a lot of ways you wanted them to come back and at least be truthful about the situation. I think that was the deadlock, you know, making the milestone with them. Yeah, because standing your ground, for some of you, it was because you didn't really want to move on from this situation. That's not for everybody. Okay, but for some of you, it's because you felt like you're making your progress and you have but you don't want this to be over, right? But you were definitely standing your ground. But we see that as when you become that Queen of Swords, right? But you've been standing your ground this whole time, but that's not what you wanted. You wanted victory and success over this situation. For others of you, you are fighting this to be the Wheel of Fortune. Tell us another why. So you just find that blessings and the happiness and go after desires where your prosperity begins. For most of you, I don't think you wanted this over. Because I just keep getting the same kind of cards. I wanted the hope in the universe. I just wanted this to be done. Wow. For life, I just don't think. And here's the Emperor again. I don't think you wanted this over. Yeah. Ace of Cups. So I guess it's, you know, it's kind of the same for most of you. You know, others of you know it's something different, then you take what resonates with you. For the majority of you, you didn't want this over. You wanted to find victory within this situation. But it still put you at a stalemate because they're not being vulnerable with you. They're not showing you exactly what it is you want to hear. Yeah, you want to hear the truth. You want the honesty. You want the mental clarity, but you want the emotions. You want to hear the satisfied emotions. You want them to feel grateful that, you know what, we can bring this back together. You want that emotional stability. You want something that shows emotion. I don't want, you know, to be with a robot. Okay. But it does show that it is coming back together. It is showing that because of the tower, you guys are coming back together and coming back around. So Spirit's overall message is leadership. I am a beacon of radiance, support, and love. So there it is again, showing that Emperor again, saying no matter what, I'm going to be that father figure. I'm going to be that protector. I'm going to still continue to be disciplined and stay in control and be the beacon of light where I need to be. For some of you, this might even be a child, and maybe that's why you want this to happen this way. Okay, so overall message. Wheel of Fortune again. So it looks like it's going to be unpredictable. The passion within you is going to happen. You will have the financial material changes. Maybe it's you and a boss that are going head to head, you know. But maybe you wanted the boss to feel like they had a little more gratitude for you being there to do something, right? Hey, you know, I bust my ass. I'm here every day. Why are you being so cold to me? You know, take that how it is. But it is showing that you do have the fertility. You do have the love. You do have and there's a lot of power. So it does look like it's going to work out, that what you are planning, and you do see it coming around. You're going to definitely start seeing this starting to take place. You're going to see this starting to unfold more and more through the communication that you do have. So the more you are, and there's the devil again in reverse, the more you are having this conversation, you know, whether or not they're going to show many emotions or not. Maybe we'll get lucky in the end month and they'll actually start wanting to show those emotions. Maybe they're afraid to open up. I mean, why are they not? That's a good question. Let's ask that question. Why are they not opening up? Because they're trying to avoid the end. They think that if they just do that, then they can agree to disagree. They don't want to have any more diversity. They just want to have peace. So it looks like they're more worried. Yeah, they're worried. They're worried about giving out anything else that's going to cause more pain. So it's almost like they're afraid to get into their emotions. So they've walked away from their emotions. They're walking away from their emotions because they don't want any more sorrow. They're afraid if they become vulnerable, then they're going to get hurt again. And you know, this could be the other way around. It could be you, right? It could be you who's not being, maybe they are, and maybe it's the, you know, you can turn that around. You can say, nah, they're full of emotions. It's me. I'm not going to open up. I'm not going to do that. Because they're trying to transition. They're trying to change from toxic ways. So it's almost like they know that you know what it is. And if it is them, it's because they know they did wrong. If you know it's you who's not opening up, it's because you don't want to go through any more pain. But I still feel that they're on the same page with you in that area. So, and that could be also why you are also coming in as the Queen of Swords as well, because you could also say the same thing. I'm not going to be over vulnerable with you because I'm not giving you any more at this time until we can figure this out. So it could be 2 in 1. Okay, guys. But yeah, that's what it says. It says that they've withdrawn from their emotions to try to recover. I think it's also because they're not sure exactly how you're going to react when they come back. Think about it. You know, you come back from a situation, you're not sure how others are going to react. So if they feel like they're over emotional, right, they're giving too much. Why do I want to give all of this when you're not going to, you know, Virgo's not going to forgive me, right? You know, just be setting myself up for more hurt. This is almost complicated in itself. I see the complications here. This is almost complicated in itself. Emotion, you know, but emotions are always complicated, so it's like, yeah, well, that's what emotions do. But yeah, okay, guys, because it's kind of crazy. Because look, wait, hold just 1 second. They caused all the conflict. They went cold on you. then you walked away, then they have to come back, and then they say they don't want to get hurt. Oh, okay, okay, this could be a victimization thing. Playing victim. Oh my gosh, that's... Okay, good luck with that, my friends. Till next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.